Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday the 2nd of June 2021. Today in Mill News we've got news about friendlies. What's happening with the friendlies? Well, we know that we've got a friendly against Gillingham, away at Gillingham on the 27th of July. We already know that. But today we've got this from news@den.co.uk and it's about Mill friendlies. So why Millwall pre-season friendly at the Den is unlikely before the 2021-22 Championship season. Millwall are unlikely to play a friendly at the Den ahead of the season after the reconstruction of the pitch this summer. Over the last 6 years, the Lions have hosted Portuguese top-flight side Tondela, La Liga's Granada, and Real Sociedad, VfL Bochum of the second Bundesliga in Germany, and London rivals Brentford and Crystal Palace the week before the start of the season. And I think I went to all of those games except for maybe the Brentford game, and obviously Crystal Palace was. I watched it on the iFollow. The Den pitch, together with the structure underneath, is being replaced, the latter for the first time since the club relocated there in 1993. Millwall could request to play their first league game of the season on the weekend starting August the 6th away from home. The EFL fixture list will be released on June 24. June 24, that's 22 days away. I can't wait. I think that a home friendly will be difficult this year because of the pitch, boss Gary Rowett said. It might even be that we might have to do what a lot of clubs do, where we may have to play the first game away from home. We don't know, but it's highly unlikely we'll arrange a game at the Den before the season starts. We will have to train on the pitch, we will have to get used to the surface. As it goes along, we'll work out exactly what we're doing. The plan at the moment is that we won't play on the pitch just because of the work that's going on. And end quote. And there you can see a picture that we've shown about a month ago from May the 13th. Nathan George of the company MJ Abbott Limon, who are working on the pitch, and they've completely dug the whole thing up. They're putting in new drainage, putting in new under soil heating, all that, all the whole shebang, completely replacing it. John Berylson's put the money in to fix up the pitch. He's getting serious, and it looks like Millwall being starting to be run a bit better, a bit more professional. Working on the pitch, working on the training ground. It's like I think maybe JB's seen the difference between League One and Championship and says, I like being in the Championship more than I like League One. And I want to stay here and establish ourselves in the Championship because it's a lot better than League One. Fuck going to fucking Rochdale away. I like going to what's a big club in the Championship? Brentford away or whatever, I don't know. So there you go. That's no home friendly this season. Although most of our friendlies, our away friendlies, are quite close to Millwall, where Mill fans live anyway. Dartford, Wenning, Folkestone, Dover. Did we play Maidstone? Canvey Island, Concord Rangers. So Fisher, that's always the under 23s. So even our away friendlies are like local. They're not that far away. So we'll see how Gillingham, of course, this year. So that's one story about friendlies. No home friendly this year. So where are we going? Also from news@den.co.uk today, news about where we may be going. We know Gary Rowett said last week that he's trying to line up a friendly against Hammarby in Sweden. They've ruled out going to Portugal for a pre-season thing because basically the whole of the country is going on holiday in Portugal, because that's the only place you can go without having to like quarantine yourself when you get back. It's the only decent country on the green list, I believe, as we speak now. Don't know, maybe they're going to change that on the 21st of June, or maybe they'll change it any time. I imagine anything's up for change, but we'll see how they go. So where are we going? So Millwall could return to Scotland in pre-season with potential friendly against St Johnstone. Gary Rowett has revealed Millwall could return to Scotland for their training camp this pre-season and potentially play a friendly against his former assistant's team. The Lions had a week-long training camp at the ORM Sports Centre in Edinburgh last year. They had scheduled a game against Hearts, but it was called off after COVID-19 restrictions over the border changed by the SNP. Mill could face Hearts, who have just been promoted to the Scottish Premiership, and Callum Davidson's domestic cup double winner St Johnstone. In 5 pre-seasons under Neil Harris, Mill went to a training camp on the Algarve in Portugal, but uncertainty over travel means the Lions could simplify their logistics by staying in the UK. At the moment, we're looking at maybe going back to Scotland, Rowett told the News at Den. We went there last year and had a really good training camp. The whole flying with the team and COVID and what's not going to be open, it's a massive challenge. You've got about 6 or 7 camps in Portugal. I think everybody's trying to get on. So at the moment, it probably looks like we'll stay in the UK, but we haven't finalised that yet. The Lions have already set up a friendly at Gillingham on July the 27th, and Rowett could be set for a reunion with his former right-hand man. Rowett said, "We've got a potential option of playing someone like Hearts or playing against Cal's team, St Johnstone. We'll look at all those opportunities. Look, sometimes you're away for 4 or 5 days, and it doesn't really matter where you are. It's about the players being together and creating an atmosphere and building a squad. Whatever we do, we'll try and get our best to get it right. We're pretty much halfway there." So there you go, back to Scotland. But here's the thing, I believe. So last time were we in lockdown, or I don't think we were in lockdown, but you weren't allowed to travel to areas outside of, like, you weren't allowed to travel for leisure, I believe, at the time. I don't know. It's all like water under the bridge. It's hard to keep up with all the shit that they keep changing. But I believe that we weren't allowed to go there. But this time around, unless it's behind closed doors, why can you not go? I remember pre-season a while back. It may have been maybe more 10 years or more. Went to Dundee, I believe. Played Dundee. Did we play Aberdeen? I'm not sure. We played a couple of teams in Scotland. So maybe it was Hearts. Maybe we played Dundee and Hearts again. But I think that was like 10 years ago. Maybe when Willie Donachie was in charge, or around that time. So we've been to Scotland before, and the fans did go to that. So I can't see why. If you've got the time and the money and the inclination, you can't travel up to Scotland to go and watch these games. If you're that way inclined, I mean, it's not against the law, is it? I mean, I can't see why you couldn't be able to go, unless they specifically say no fans behind closed doors. We'll show it on iFollow. Please don't go to the games, but I can't see why fans couldn't go to that. So we could be going to Scotland. I imagine the one in Sweden would be definitely in front of a crowd. I mean, how many Millwall are going to go to that? A couple hundred, if that. So there you go. No home friendly. Possible trip to Scotland. Game against Gillingham. Possible game in Sweden against Hammarby. There you go. That's the friendly situation as we know it so far. And we're going to move on now to this. So I told you last week about the club was doing some kind of open morning, sort of like tea and coffee and biscuits, sort of daycare centre. I don't know. Like a drop-in centre. You're supposed to just drop in and talk to people. I don't know. I talk to people on the internet like I'm doing now, talking to you. So I don't know. I guess for people who don't have the internet, they want to do face to face. But so this is from millwallfc.co.uk, club's official website. It says open morning success in SC16. I've seen a couple of photos on Twitter. This isn't the only one. It was more than 5 people who turned up. This morning saw the successful launch of Open Mornings at the Den. Shaking off the lockdown blues, several supporters returned to the Den for the first time in over a year to enjoy hot beverages, biscuits and cakes in the company of fellow fans and staff members. Situated in the Billy Neal Sponsors Lounge, supporters were able to sit back and relax whilst overlooking the work on the pitch in preparation for the 21-22 campaign. The mornings are completely free of charge, with the aim of bringing the Millwall family together in a friendly and sociable environment to catch up after such a lengthy period of isolation. If you are attending, please wear a face covering when inside the building, except when sitting at your table. Hand sanitizer points will be available. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday between 9:30 and 12:30 for our second open morning. So there you go. I guess some people find it useful. Okay. Moving on now to players. Have we signed anyone yet? No. But guess what? We've been linked with a striker who can actually score goals. He's scored loads of them in his career. Do you want to know who it is? It's Lyle Taylor. So apparently Nottingham Forest are trying to loan him out next season. Guess because he's actually quite old. He's 31 years old. Guess that they can't get anyone's gonna take him on a permanent contract and pay a fee, so they're trying to loan him out until his contract runs out. And here we go. So this is from the72.co.uk. No offense to those people there, but a bit of a clickbait website. This is a report of a report. They're reporting it from Football League World. So it says Nottingham Forest are reportedly considering a loan move for Lyle Taylor next season, and would he be a good fit for Millwall? They've linked all of Barnsley, Blackburn, Middlesbrough with a temporary remove for the striker, though another club who's in need of a striker is Millwall. The Lions finished in 11th place in the final championship table. Gary in his third year in charge, and fans will be able to see another top half finish, if not a top 6 finish. But the upcoming season could be Millwall's hardest under Rowett. He's set to lose a host of attacking players. Blah 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 blah. So Taylor, despite having a misfire season in the maiden one at Nottingham Forest, still be a worthy championship player. He netted just 4 goals in 39 outings for the Reds, but was playing in the Chris Hughton side, who played painfully bland football. So Rowett's Mill would like to play a more direct football that could be suited to Taylor. At the Valley, Taylor became a cult hero after scoring 22 goals in League One to fire Charlton to promotion. He started the following championship season in the same vein, but picked up a serious knee injury. He finished 11 goals in 22 championship games before leaving for Forest. So, would I like Lyle Taylor at the Den? Absolutely. Especially if it's on loan just for like this season. I think he's capable of. He's a proven championship player, proven championship scorer. Is he past his peak? Yeah, he's past his peak. He's had that knee injury and he's 31 years old now, but he can still play. I think he's a big game player. Recently, I don't know if he's in Montserrat now, but in the last round of international matches, he played for Montserrat and he actually helped them to win the game. They had no right to win the game that they were playing, but they beat the team that they were playing, and he scored a couple of goals. I think he's a captain. He's playing for Montserrat right now against the US Virgin Islands, and it's 0-0. He's playing there, so with his brother Joey Taylor. I wouldn't mind him at the Den next season. I wouldn't mind him. I think if he scores at least 10 goals, that's gravy. That's gravy for us. It could be the difference between 11th and top 6. Especially if you've got Jed Wallace chipping in with goals, Bradshaw chipping in with goals, all the other players we've got chipping in with goals, and Mason Bennett. You know, if we can't get a 20 goal a season striker, then at least get 10 goal a season players in other positions. And I wouldn't mind him at the Den. A lot of people don't know this. A few do. He was actually then at Millwall as a youngster. I watched him lots of times for what was then the under 23 team, under 21 team, I believe it, before they changed it to under 23. It was under 21. He was banging the goals in. He was very prolific in our youth team, and it was quite a shock when they let him go. And I've been watching him basically rebuild his career. Like, so, that he used to be at Millwall. When I see him on the Soccer Saturday, where you see, that name, Lyle Taylor. He used to be at Millwall. So he's playing there now. He's playing, and then he's playing here. He's playing there, and he's scoring goals everywhere he went. He went to Sheffield United. He went to Scotland to rebuild his career, and then he went back to Sheffield United. And he's he's from South London, so he went to Charlton, and you see how well he played there. So the hope is that if he comes back to South London, to Millwall, that he will play as good as he did at Charlton, and we'll get some goals out of him. And I won't mind that. I won't mind him at the Den Haag. Yeah, if we sign him, I would be pretty pleased. Pretty pleased. So here we go. Updated the thing. Here we go. The players we've been linked with. The new couple. So Lyle Taylor, Nottingham Forest, and Luke O'Neill. I didn't do a story about that, but he's been linked with us as well. I think it was a pretty tenuous link in a couple of clickbait articles last week, so I didn't add it to any of the videos, but he's been linked with us as well, and all these other players as well. And Jack Watmore, there was a story today about that from Portsmouth News, and a story in the South London Press that Browett said he's definitely signing a centre back. So a lot of people assume that would be Jack Watmore, because we've been linked with him strongly. Maybe it's going to be Ryan Porteous. Can he play left centre back? I think he plays left back for Hibernian. I'm not sure if they play three at the back. I don't know. So but the thing is, if there's definitely signing a centre back, then one would assume that that's going to be a freebie, so someone who's out of contract. So I think that's why Jack Watmore has been strongly linked again after Rout said they're definitely signing centre back. Because, like, if a player's out of contract, you can definitely sign a centre back. But when you start adding in transfer fees and all that and negotiations, then it becomes a bit more difficult. Whereas if you've got a player who's out of contract and you're negotiating direct with them, and you know they want to come to you, so you can say, "Oh yeah, we're definitely signing centre back because we're negotiating with these two players right now, so we're going to be signing one of them unless they both turn us down." But I don't know. That seems very unlikely. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.